to Mimi's Mix Bag. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first video and like what you see, would love you to hit that subscribe button. Last week I brought you an outdoor Christmas idea, and this week I'm going to bring you an indoor Christmas idea. Now I would have had this video out a day or so earlier, but I've been looking for the perfect bowl to make these oversized Christmas bells that people are putting on their Christmas trees. I love the look of those. I've even been tempted to buy some at the store. They range anywhere from $8 to $10 a piece, and I would like to have 4 or 5 on my tree. I'm just not willing to spend $50 just on bells alone, and I just thought, well, this is a perfect DIY opportunity, and I'm going to play around with some plastic bowls and see if I can get the look I want. I've gone to several Dollar Trees and Family Dollar looking for the specific bowls, and I have bought like 7 packs of bowls. So I thought I would just show you a few that I've bought, why I don't think they're going to work, and what I have bought that I'm going to make work, because I'd never found exactly what I was looking for. The first set, I think I got these at Family Dollar. They had the perfect lip on them for a gluing surface, but I didn't want the ridges. After I got home and put 2 together, I don't know, I just kept thinking they look like bowls, so I decided to scratch these. All right, the next set I bought, I went to Dollar Tree and I bought some of these Sure Fresh bowls. They were 2-pack so that I could have a matching set of each size. And so once I got them home, you know, I put them together, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way the center part looked. It just didn't look like the faux bells that I had seen online. I decided to scrap that idea. Between the house and the camper, we're going to have a stash of bowls for the next little while. This is my second package of these because these ended up working beautifully. Why these work so well is the fact that the top of the bowl is kind of fluted. And when you glue it on top of each other, it just made a beautiful bell shape. Now, my only problem with this one is I just wanted them bigger. I wish that Dollar Tree carried this exact bowl in a little bit bigger size. They carry this size, and then they make one like a bowling ball size, almost too big for the tree. I'm going to make several of these, and that's why I bought another package of these particular bowls. And let me just show you that I made a prototype using these, so I know those work. This isn't perfect, but I was just playing around last week, and this was my little practice one. I did like a little galvanizing technique. Love the look of this. So if all else fails, I can definitely have some of these softball size bells, but I wanted them just a little bit bigger. So I went to another Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. I can't even remember. Been so many places. I found these bowls. I think these are from Dollar Tree. My only problem with these is it was the perfect shape, but they didn't have the little lip on the top of the bowl so that, you know, it would be easier to glue. It's going to be the perfect bell shape, but I'm going to have to create some kind of lip around the top of the bowl so that the bowls can be connected. I've tried tape, I've tried electrical tape, nothing seems to work, because once I spray paint it, you know, it's going to show whatever I've done. So let's go to my craft table, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn these blue plastic bowls into some antique gold Christmas bells. All right, we're here at my craft table, and I thought I would just share with you some of the tips that I have discovered trying to create these bells. Some bowls are easier to work with as others, like I mentioned, like these little clear ones. I just run a bead of hot glue. The bowls fit together perfectly. It just didn't take but a second to create your bell. Now, on these bowls without the rim, it is very difficult to hold them and glue them at the same time. You know, your hands are unsteady and you're trying to match those bowls up perfectly. I found that if you'll put one bowl just on your table and put 4 spots of glue, and then work very quickly to set your top one on the bottom one, and just kind of match them up real quick, and then let that glue set up, and then it will set enough for you to pick it up and handle it as one piece. After you get them hot glued, you're going to have to do something to kind of give it that welded look, or whatever it's called on the bell. Now, these fluted ones, the way they're fluted together creates that look. Now, these ones without the rim, you're going to have to put something in the center of that bell to make it look like it's connected. Now, This one I used like some shoestring cording, and I ended up putting it on each bowl and then gluing the cording together, and it giving me a double corded look. And honestly, I just didn't like the look of this. I'll probably pick this off and redo this one, because even spray painting, I just don't think I'm going to like the look of the two cords like that. It just doesn't look realistic. So what you need is just one big cord. Now I just happen to have this kind of cloth covered cord in my craft room. I don't even know what it was from. It had 2 hooks on the bottom, and I had enough where I know I can get several bells out of. You can buy this stuff at Home Depot, or if you had an old extension cord, even though it's plastic, you know, it'll spray paint just like your bowls do. Look around and see what you have. Even this like paper ribbon that's kind of a wide cord. Even some of this tubing, this mesh tubing might work. Now what I don't think will work is like some of the wide jute twine. You know, it's kind of fuzzy, and even if you spray paint it, it's going to have that fuzzy look, and it's not going to give you that realistic look. So I'm going to go ahead and match up these bowls. I'm going to try to make 4 or 5 of each. I wanted to come back on real quick and just show you how I'm gluing them on. I'm actually going kind of back and forth on both bowls so that when I do lay that cording down, it will catch both bowls. And then as soon as I lay it on the hot glue, I kind of straighten it up so that it will look as straight as it can be going around. And then just push it right on that seam, and that'll really secure both bowls together. I'm also going to go ahead and do one of the bowls with this mesh, because I know this is readily available at most Dollar Trees, that mesh tubing, just so you can see how this will probably work if you don't have some kind of cord like I've got. Alright, it's the next morning. I've got my bells out here in the backyard. I did splurge and bought a can of this Krylon Fusion all-in-one metallic gold paint is what I'm using. Alright, I've got my bells in now and just want to kind of give you my verdict. The little plastic bowls are going to work out perfect, just like the prototype that I did. Now, these bigger bowls, every spot of hot glue shows. I don't care how clean you think you've got it, and I just did not like the look of that painted hot glue. So I wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing here. A little cup of this lightweight spackle. They sell it at Dollar Tree. I'm just going to take some on my finger and smear it just like you would spackle all the way around. And then once I get the gaps filled in, I can take a little baby wipe and wipe off the extra. But I think that will give my center a little smoother look and just hide all that hot glue that I don't like the look of. Alright, once my spackling is dried, I took a bowl and did about a tablespoon of some brown apple barrel paint and about 2 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to take a makeup sponge and just daub it all around on the bell. That way if it gets too dark, I can always go back with some light, and but I'm just trying to give it a metal look and also covering up some of the spackling. Now, a big tip is that since I know the spackling is going to be needed, just be sure and spackle before you even spray paint to begin with. I'm having to go back, you know, and cover up some of the spackling because I'm out of spray paint. So I'm going to do this on all the bells. Now that my watered down flat paint is drying, it's giving a beautiful patina on the bells. I want to put a little bit of gold back into it, and this is just some gold acrylic paint. I'm putting just a little smear on my palm and rubbing my hands together and just kind of tossing the ball around just to add a little bit of gold back into it. I don't know if the camera is picking it up or not, but like here's one that hasn't been done and here's one that I did, and there is a difference. It's just putting a little bit of sheen back into it, and it's making the gold shine through just a little bit. So I'm just trying to cover up some of that flat brown and really make the patina look authentic. Alright, so once I get those done, I took a toilet paper tube and I cut it into 5 sections. I used some of that watered down brown paint, sponged it brown, and then added a little gold back into it just so it would match the bells. I'm going to hot glue those on top of each bell, even the big ones, the same size. All right, I got my little paper toppers glued on. The next thing I need to do is make that little jingle bell black shape on the bottom of the bells. Now for the bigger bell, I used an 1.5 inch circle punch. For the smaller bells, I used an 1 inch circle punch. Just punched it out and then drew another little finger shape right there to create that jingle bell cutout. So I'm going to use this stencil and do 4 on the bottom half. Make sure that your circle part is near the belly of the bell. Just don't do it upside down. And I think it was just easier to do them by hand. And I'm going to hot glue some jute twine inside the paper circles, and then hot glue some berries and leaves on the top. And then I'm going to hang them on my tree and show you what they look like.